be here today and to share in this very important discourse on the sustainable coastal and marine tourism, but more so to do it at a critical juncture in the history of Anthropocene Earth, that we have had an existence that has been characterized by much disruptions over time. We've never had a disruption like this pandemic that embraced the entire world simultaneously and created 2.5 years of what is being called anthropause. During that time, a lot of things happened, including the environment had a chance to breathe, as the seas were not encumbered with large ships. The discharges were minimal, if not at all. The air was free from noxious fumes from mega airlines. And even the wild enjoyed a little breather with the hunters being absent. But something else happened. Production stopped. And the result of all of that created a whole range of psychosocial impacts and other considerations. Disruptions of various types, supply chain disruptions, human capital disruption, and several other disruptions of the type which we never thought might have happened. It enabled some other things to happen, like technology moved at a level unprecedented. The knowledge age took off. We were talking to each other by virtual means. We were saying nice phrases like, yes, we are together apart. And some of us really suffered from that, while others felt that, yes, this was an interesting new way of operating the human family. And I think some fellas started to talk about metaverse and all sorts of cognitive things that would change the way we interact and how we perceive and enjoy experiences. So several things happened. But then came something as a result of technology and medicine, a quick fix which didn't quite give the answer, but sort of responded a little by way of vaccines, yes. And the vaccines ask a lot of questions, but it at least gave us a sense that perhaps if 75% of us took it, 2 to 3 doses or so, perhaps we'll be able to survive the real impact of this pandemic. And perhaps it has worked a bit. So it has created something new now that we're calling the anthropause. People are active again. The planes are flying, the ships are sailing, the human interaction is happening, and tourism is back. The numbers we can tell you, you heard a little bit from Christian a while ago, some of the numbers. But we all are aware of that, but we're back. So now I wanted to just engage you for 2 minutes, if you will, a little bit about what it is that we're back to. And perhaps it might encourage some deeper thinking as to how are we going to have this recovery and what this recovery means, and whether or not this recovery is not loaded with more challenges than the pandemic itself. But let's talk a little bit. So, as tourism minister of a small island state that is geographically situated among a cluster of other small islands, I'm well positioned, I think, to acknowledge the unquantifiable benefits of healthy marine and coastal ecosystems to the economic vitality of entire populations. A 2016 study by the World Bank estimated the economic value of the Caribbean Sea, and you have to work with me on that, the Caribbean, because that's where I'm from, the Caribbean coastal and marine ecosystem at some $54.5 billion US. Indeed, the Caribbean Sea, which encircles the Caribbean region and is the second largest region of the Atlantic Ocean, is a valuable source of food, income, trade and shipping, minerals, energy, water supply, recreation, and tourism for Caribbean economies. The coastal reef mangrove seagrass complex also brings increased safety to coastal communities as the system acts as a natural barrier, decreasing the impact of floods and storms. The Caribbean Sea is considered the high diversity heart of the tropical West Atlantic. And without the coral reefs, it has been estimated that 25% of all marine life would die. The role of healthy marine and coastal system then in promoting sustainable tourism is especially worthy of recognition. This is against the background that 80% of tourism occurs along coastal towns and areas, while the ocean-related tourism industry grows an estimated $134 billion